Break the Board Sports. It's your boy RJ Cash coming to you, looking at the Dolphins Bills Thursday night game. Can Mike McDaniel and the crew get it straight, or are the Dolphins just destined to flounder here in this one? Click that like, hit subscribe. Every Monday and Thursday we're live 10:30 a.m. on the Eastern time. MLB betting rundown each and every day. Check out our content. We greatly appreciate it. Also, go to breaktheboardsports.com. Click on that notes blog section, totally free. We have every NFL game and the biggest college football games down there with quick hitter betting notes. Not a bunch of paragraph. We're not trying to sell you a short story. This is all based on helping you become a better handicapper here at breaktheboardsports.com. Let's get into it. And these Miami Dolphins, I had them last week money line. If Asian doesn't step out of bounds, possibly get the cover there. Nevertheless, they fall to the New England Patriots. On top of that, the Buffalo Bills absolutely destroyed the New York Jets after that miracle comeback against the Ravens. Right now, Buffalo setting 12.5. Right now, taking 81% of tickets and 82% of the handle are the Buffalo Bills. Only 19% of tickets and 18% of the handle on the Miami Dolphins, as we said here on a Tuesday. Your over-under is set at 49.5. Pretty even on the bets here, 60% to the over, 40% to the under, but a little bit more discrepancy, not a lot, in the handle, 63% to the over, 37% goes to the under. Looking into this a little bit, Miami 2-6 against the spread their last 8. Miami 2-4 straight up their last 6 overall. They're 0-6 their last 6 versus the Buffalo Bills and 0-9 straight up the last 9 times they've been on the road versus the Buffalo Bills. That under for Miami, remember we talked about that over-under 49.5. It's cashed 5 of the last 6 games on the road for the Dolphins. Dolphins, they've never been good in September ATS, especially as of late. 0-6 against the spread. Now, Darren Waller is going to be out with a hip injury. Other than that, nothing really going on the injury front for the Dolphins. For the Bills, Shaq Thompson, linebacker, Tre'Davious White, both of them are questionable, along with Teron Johnson is questionable. Ed Oliver, he's going to be out as of right now. We'll see how that changes, Larry, in the Wig Kitch, our Thursday show, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Again, click that like button. Buffalo, 4-1 in ATS their last 5. Buffalo has flown over the total 10 of the last 14. Josh Allen always figures out a way. Right now, the best quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion. They're 14-3 straight up their last 17 games. They're 11-0 their last 11 at home. You heard me right. The Buffalo Bills are on an 11-0 run. We talked about they've beat Miami 9 in a row at home. So at home, they've just been absolutely lights out against any AFC opponent. Buffalo, 10 of the last 13 games have flown towards the over. Last year, we talked about that 9-0 run the Bills have against the Dolphins. Last year in Buffalo in November, it was actually pretty close. 30-27, Bills got by them. Earlier last year, though, 31-10 in Miami. Miami was a 6-point dog in that 30-27 loss. My, how the times have changed now with Buffalo laying a crazy 12.5. Couple of trends to get into here. When you look overall for Buffalo and for Miami, I think this obviously Miami's got to figure out how to get their offense on track. Tua Tagovailoa, he got sacked there when Asian's touchdown came off the board. That offensive line hasn't been able to hold up. Now, I will give this, Buffalo doesn't have Ed Oliver. That changes the game dramatically, right? Changes what Buffalo can do on the defensive side of the football. We'll see how that plays out as we go down the stretch there. But I think Buffalo's defense is obviously good enough to hang in there against Miami. Miami has just not played well whatsoever. Mike McDaniel, you got to think if they get blown out in this one, this has got to be the game where he goes away, right? Like, how much more are they going to keep going down this line with him? Because at some point in time, you got to make the decision. I mean, he hasn't been able to do anything. He hasn't, if anything, Miami's gotten worse. You got all the information with Tyreek Hill and all the stuff that's going on there, where he's not happy. You find a lot of things with him and Tua not getting along. That Miami defense, they're like Swiss cheese. They've been absolutely horrible. It has that Miami defense. So when you look at it, you got to ask yourself, where does it start to get better for the Miami Dolphins? And to me, I just don't see it happening. Now, 12.5 is a big 12.5 is a big number, right? Big number. Typically, you have these NFL teams on the road on Thursday night. We've talked about that at length last week. Earlier in the year, these road teams seem to be much better, but that hasn't been the case this year, right? This year been a whole lot different. When you look at the Green Bay Packers last Thursday getting the better of the Washington Redskins, we saw the same information come out when you talk about week 1, Eagles and Cowboys. Now, Cowboys hung in there, gave it much more of a fight. Can't wait to go and break that game down for you. Rams, Eagles. I think that there's going to be a lot there that you guys are surprised about that we talk about here coming up. BreakTheBoardSports.com. I think overall, right here, Buffalo is Miami and Buffalo. Buffalo's hit that second half money line. Again, they've been really good as the game goes on. 12 of the last 14 times Buffalo's hit that second half money line. If you've been following that trend, you're up 10.02 units, about a 38% return on your investment. We talked about Buffalo clipping at that over. They've hit their team total over 9 of the last 11 games at home. If you've been following that, you're up 6.85 units, about a 50% return on your investment. Now, Miami, again, we talked about their problems, 11-8 to the team total under in the first half. That hasn't been very good, but their team total over for the whole game, about the same, 11-9. Doesn't even get you a half unit there. So a lot of issues with that for the Miami Dolphins. Now, the Buffalo Bills, they've only covered the first half money line 11 of the last 21. So 11-10 Buffalo on the first half money line. I don't think Miami wins this game by no means. But if you wanted to take a shot right now, you could get Miami plus 350 to get the first half there on the Buffalo Bills. Again, not some I would bet, but I think when you look at it, you have to look and say, okay, if Miami's going to do anything, they have got to be able to do it in the first half. I think the longer the game goes on, Buffalo is just going to manhandle Miami here. I think if you're looking at your super teasers, Buffalo's definitely in play. I think if you're looking at a money line parlay, again, Buffalo definitely in play. They're 9-0 straight up. You might say, well, RJ, that's a big number. They're like minus 800. I'm just saying, put them in there with like a Chiefs Seahawks, do something like that. Bills, 3 wins in a row. We talked about this. ATS, though, 6-4 the last 10. So, again, spread and wins, 2 different things here that you got to look at. Again, I would put the Bills in some of those money line parlays. Dolphins, I can't take the 12.5 now. If it starts to creep over that 14, I don't think that's going to happen. But I think if that happened, you would have to look at the Miami Dolphins. But for us, Buffalo Bills, money line parlays, put them in your super teasers. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll have your MLB betting rundown. We'll hop into that Iowa-Rutgers matchup, and we'll also start looking at college football. What dogs will bark? BreakTheBoardSports.com. Click us a like and hit subscribe.